Joining us now, Congressman Dan Bishop. Congressman, it's always a pleasure having you on, sir. Okay, there's new details about the wannabe Kavanaugh assassin, Nicholas Rusk. He showed up near Justice Kavanaugh's home in Maryland in a taxi with a gun and a knife, and he had ammo. But then, Congressman, when he saw U.S. Marshals, he backed off and texted his sister, who talked him out of it, convinced him to call 911. Congressman, a lone person, his sister stopped him.
Yeah, that's not heartening, is it, Liz? The issue, of course, is that the left has been protesting outside justices' homes. They published the addresses of justices' homes. The tweet that came out from the group named after Ruth Bader Ginsburg, I can't remember exactly what they call themselves, they published the Church of Justice Barrett and the school where her children go to school. This is just astonishing. You wonder how low they will go. But at least we've acted. We could have done it Friday easily by unanimous consent on the floor, but Democrats have delayed even this bill to provide additional protection to the justices' families. So I'm glad we've gotten that done today.
But we have 27 Democrats who voted against it. Watch House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy on this. Watch.
Speaker, if for some reason that we continue to come to the floor, that you feel some pressure on that bill, but you change it, the country will know why. Because if you change the bill and move it back to the Senate, you're trying to kill it. You're trying to delay it. That's exactly what you're doing. I think you're jeopardizing people's lives. I think you're jeopardizing the safety of the Supreme Court. And I think you're playing more games than anybody in this country can understand, and we do not understand why. Because there has been no clear answer. Why would you hold the bill for more than a month? Why would you hold the bill after somebody's arrested that traveled across the country to kill a justice? Why would you continue to hold the bill now?
So why?
You've got to wonder if there's any bottom to their conduct, Liz. I certainly can't explain it. As you said, 27 voted against it today. If the notion was they wanted to extend the protection to the families of clerks, well, if that's the case, it seems like maybe they know the identity of the leaker that America still doesn't know a month and a half later. But whatever the reason, I think that the leader had it right, Leader McCarthy. What are they doing? This is, America's never witnessed this kind of trammeling on institutional norms and disregard for the safety of those who are most important in our system of justice.
You know, Senator Elizabeth Warren today criticized for using inflammatory rhetoric. The senator said, quote, "The extremist Supreme Court is poised to overturn Roe v. Wade. Now is not the time to back down." So is this all about intimidation? That's how the left operates? We got reports that the neighbors of Justice Kavanaugh are scared. Protesters have shaken up their homes, disrupted their lives. They're scaring children. Justice Barrett and Kavanaugh have children. The protesters are abusive. They're shouting things like F you, F your children, and this could get worse. The protesters are chanting that riots could happen if they don't get what they want. And the neighbors say overwhelmingly people from outside the area are organizing the protests. They already firebombed pregnancy centers in Oregon and outside Buffalo. And they're attacking U.S. churches, too.
There is no decency on the left on this issue. They consider themselves not to be constrained by any sense of decency whatsoever. The story that you made reference to talks about children being afraid in their homes, children of neighbors of the justices. They can't be put to bed at a normal hour because of the ongoing clamor outside. Is there going to be any decency? Is there any left? That's the question they've got to answer.
Listen, January 6th was a horrible day. January 6th was awful. We have the January 6th hearings going on, but we hear silence from Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, the Democrats about illegal protests at these justices' homes. They're playing with fire. A.G. Garland still not enforcing the law. Harassment and intimidation of our judges at their homes is illegal. Then you have top Democrat Hakeem Jeffries. He's equating, Republicans calling for protecting justices. He's bringing up the January 6th, quote, insurrection. So how can you tie the two?
Well, I've always said, and I said again on the floor today, Liz, when we were getting ready to pass this bill, that, there's not a Republican I can name who has failed to condemn the violence on Capitol Hill on January 6th. And they say they condemn violence, but you never see them condemn specific acts. President Biden at this moment has not condemned this misconduct, this harassment, this intimidation of justices outside their homes. He hasn't done it.
We should throw the book at them. Congressman Bishop, thank you so much for joining us. We're not a third world country. We're the United States of America.